Everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2, Episode 40 with me, Sid, and my arm is looking a little bit worse for wear, a little bit scruffy around the edges. Also, my clothes are not in brilliant shape either, so the flax, in fact, those are terrible. So before winter, we are definitely going to have to be doing some clothing repairs, and I've just been doing a little bit of baking. I have also baked my and charred these chopped turnips, and they have got quite a lifespan on them now. And I also made some fresh bread, just because I'd run the ovens and it seemed kind of pointless to run the ovens for any length of time, and and not get as much use. So these two are cooking saucepans from the mod. We've got our cooked fire bricks, so that's something we're just going to keep to one side for now. A couple of things I want to try this episode. Well, do. So last episode we got this far. We've got all of these planted. I've expanded these fields ready, and these are the only reason these are tilled is to stop rabbits spawning in them. So we're just waiting on these few crops here. Oh, we've got a temporal storm coming as well. We're waiting on this crop, a heavy one as well at that. Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much, game. But we are waiting on the flax here, and over on this side we're still waiting on the flax, but it should, looking at that, it looks like some of it is already ready. That one there, for example, is ready. So I think some of these we are going to be able to hopefully all of this will be able to harvest this episode if I'm very lucky, but I suspect these ones, and I may have to just bite the bullet and take out some of them so we can get the next lot underway. So what I would like to try and do this episode is one of two things. Well, first of all, I've got a temporal storm to deal with, so that's a thing. I need timber. I need a lot of timber because I'm going to need a lot of peat and or firewood. So that was going to get old very quick. The mod which gives us all of the extra cooking, the foods, has a whole load of things like we can boil this, we can bake them, we can dry fruit, we can, when we press fruit, get the kernels out and do stuff with that. There's a lot of things we can do with this mod, and most of them are going to involve cooking of some description because it's food, and that's kind of what you have to do with food. So that's a thing. Now we've got plenty of flax, so we are getting a step in the right direction there. My leather my leather is actually probably done. There's 16. Now I don't know how much 8 is going to require 6 litres per, and there's only 12 litres. So I could put 2 of those in, or I could make another batch of strong tannin. Or I could do both. It seems a shame to waste 12 when I could take 2 of those. They can just sit in there, can't they? They can go in there and we can seal that up, so that will give me some things. Let's take that out of there temporarily. We'll just pop that in there, and then we can set this one up to make a batch of tannin. So yeah, 2 things. One is I need timber, lots of timber. Oops, hello. No, control. So right, different keys on single player to multiplayer. The other thing is I want to have a play and try and see if I can actually locate any iron in the prospected areas that I've already prospected, because I'm not 100% certain if we take that and have a look at the map. So here, for example, we've said there's a very poor with a 0.8% chance of hematite there. There's very poor with a 0.8 chance of magnetite, but poor hematite 2.2%. So, and then if we carry on this way, magnetite goes down. There's no magnetite, or a very small amount of magnetite over here. So presumably the chances of magnetite are greater in and around here. So I want to like prospect somewhere, some of these areas, find the best spot for the magnetite, because there's nothing up there. There's not, and it's potentially not a great place, but it's better than the ones we've located elsewhere. So just to see whether I can even find some poor quality magnetite, even if it's in large volumes, it would get me started on the iron side of things. However, we have got a temporal storm incoming, so first things first, I need to have a look. Now if I have a look at you and say I wanted to make that, it's 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We can make the last piece of our leather armor, which is good news, because it will give me a little bit better 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a leather body jerkin, which is not great, but that is leather armor, which is 250 durability to 700 durability, 0.25 and 40%, and 0.6 and 60%. So clearly that's the better option to use that leather on, which means we can now go and change into something that's a little bit more robust. Now, whether I want to change into that immediately, or whether I just work with the cheap stuff that I've got right now, because I'm not going adventuring, I'm not going caving, I'm not going into things, so we could just kind of repair the one we're wearing, which might be a better option for the time being, seeing as we just repair it with some of this stuff over here. Boop and boop and boop, because it still does like a little bit of things. It's not a very good protection tier, but you know, better than nothing. The other thing I did want to do while we're playing with this is I wanted to make a couple more, if I can find them. Oh, come on. I should be. You can't make them out of blue clay. That's why. It's alright. I need fire clay. Two more of these wee beasties, the old ovens, because I'm going to need them going forward. So while we're waiting for the temporal storm to arrive, I will quickly construct myself 2 of these, get them in place and get them fired, and then we'll have four things. So the kitchen continues to grow, and our culinary expertise is growing. I am kind of playing with this mod to try and learn as much about it and it's a big. This Expanded Cooking mod is a big old mod. On the multiplayer, I've had a go at making syrup and all sorts of fun things. So, oh, hang on, I want to copy, not things. That's the auto click eat mod, but this is quicker for this bit. So, well, I'm going to carry on with this, and I'll be back once the temporal storm hits. All right, it's storm time. Well, that was not a particularly interesting temporal storm. For a heavy, I got 9 pieces of string out of that. That was it. Yeah. That was, yeah, not the greatest. Anyway, we should at least have these now. Well, I suppose, I mean, from the point of view of a temporal storm that didn't kill me, he says, carefully entering his house, because that's the thing. That is probably not a bad result. Now that's our saucepan, and if we take a saucepan and right, hang on, I'm not entirely sure whether I have to do this in crafting or not. Let me just have a look. Ingredient okay, yeah, it's as technical as that. And that gives us a mixing bowl, which we can use to mix things in, technical stuff. And, oh, hello, let me get out of there. So the other thing we need at some point is a cauldron, and the cauldron is quite expensive. I did manage to get those things, so now I've got 4 of those going. I may just kind of block that in, so don't know. We'll worry about that later. However, let me just go and put this little bit of flax away. One thing that this reminded me of is I did get asked a question in the comments about the bags. So this is the mini linen backpack, which has 8 storage slots. And if we have a look at backpack, the leather backpack, which is the normal maximum for Vintage Story, is 6. So you've got the basic, which there's a basic linen backpack which is 14. There's the mini, which is 8, and which is what we're rocking here. So the next level up is the tall, which is 12. From the tall we can go to the basic, which is 14. From the basic we can go to the super, which is 18. At that point, I suppose we should let's go back a little bit. So this is the mini, which required no metal. We need cloth, and those, not actually the worst, because that's just linen and a bag. We could probably even do that using the flax, some of the flax we've got, but I don't want to go mad with it because I may want to do a windmill at some point. So and sewing kits are yeah, okay, that's that. And then from there we're into things to get the basic, and then the super requires a black bronze, so that's tin, gold, copper, gold and silver. And now we're into coloured linen, so that also means I need alum or cassiterite, ground cassiterite and lapis. And then to go to the mega we need an iron plate, which gives us 22 slots per, and the ultra, which is the top, is a steel plate and a rough diamond, and I am absolutely nowhere near that. However, I may just go with, let me just have a look at that for a second. If I do there, I need 12. Because certainly we've got enough to do most of that. If I just go do you, take you down to there, go and grab myself 12 sticks. And that will give me those. Now let me just have a look at my, hang on. So for that I need a sewing kit, which is 4 and a stick. Knew there was a reason why he kept these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not going to do them all because, like I say, there's I'm going to have to grow more flax before I start getting too liberal with this. But that, those, shears, and 2 firewood. Okay. And I should have some shears somewhere. There we go. So shears, you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 2 firewood. Bottom one of those goes up to being a tall, which, yeah, definitely worthwhile doing a little bit, but it's going to take us a few seasons to get that one out of the way. And of course, now it's night time, so I waited, I did my stuff, and then the entire temporal storm took ages. So I am going to pass the night and I'll see you in the morning. Alright, we've slept the night away. I do keep on, I haven't forgotten about making a stable for Jenny here. It's just low on my list of priorities right now. Jenny is fine. She'll survive. So we are going to head over to, in the first instance I think I'm going to concentrate on the iron. The iron will be more valuable to me. I've got quite a lot of timber, but I want a lot of timber that I can use for firewood. So we are going to head over to the area where we did that. I also should collect these. Because I really could do with getting these set up close by in a field, because we are going to want to do things with those, with bushes, making, you know, juices and syrups and wine and all of the stuff that we can make with the culinary mod. So as per usual, what we will do is we'll harvest the ones that are ripe as we go, and then I can munch on those. Pardon me, little tickly cough as we go. In the meantime, I need my pro pick out. Let me have a look. We're plenty far enough away at the moment, I don't need to worry about that. But I need to decide where I am going to probe next. We do like a good probing. Because, you know, I want to get the science of this, and without the angel belt, this is considerably more labour intensive. And I've had to think about things like I had to make myself a stack of ladders, because I'm going to need to get out of the ground once I've dug down. I should probably, and I've got hello. I should probably have had a look and got some dirt, because ladders is one way up, but I'll only want ladders. Oh, hello, ice. If I'm going to stay down there. If I'm not going to stay down there, a stack of dirt might have been more advantageous. So I suppose the simplest solution to that is to get a couple. And just, you know. Oh, hello. Did not realise that was there. Just grab myself a top layer of soil. Let me just do a quick bit of preparation that I should do. Having said that, I don't have much dirt, so this is probably the right way to go anyway. Let me put that out of the way, bring you down so I know how much I've got. And I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so with this in my kind of where we are here, what I'm going to go down is I'm going to Alt M, no, Control M, just to double check what my, Control F9. Pardon me. So Control F9 is a macro which turns on the chunk wireframe. So we are in this chunk. Now we are in this chunk. And we'll go down maybe one more and we'll just see what's over in this chunk. And I would like to be in the center of the chunk, ideally, which I think is going to be around about here. And then we'll go down, we'll go down one more, that should be enough. Probe out this way, and then probe out that way. That's it, and then we're going to get sample number 1, sample number 2, sample number 3. So if we have a look now, this is hematite very poor 1.9 versus 2.2. So we've gone down. So we either need to, I think we probably want to try out this way. Boop. That will avoid any embarrassment falling in. And just generally probe the areas a little bit, and then we'll find out where the highest thing is, and we're going to go down the center of that chunk, which it might be this one. This might be the best, you know. It might be one over, it might be slightly, but apparently the disc of the iron ore deposits is particularly large, so let's just get ourselves to about the middle and go down a little bit. Then rinse and repeat. And this way as well. See whether my tutorial paid off or not, or whether I learned anything, eh? 2.6, this and decent. So we are getting better going this way. Of course, that means that it's probably actually decent is a good level. I am very tempted to try this. Now, now I need to go. How do you change the mode on these ones? I can't remember. Oh yeah, node search, short range exact. So we can do one here, just because he's probably not going to be anywhere near. Native coffer verified small amounts. So at this point, we're going to start heading down. I'm going to do my usual thing, but we'll head down 20, and I'll come back and see what we got. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, down 20. Let's have a look. No ordinary nearby. But again, so that's 20 down. So we're going to go down another 20 and see what we find. Again, back in a mo. Well, we've found zinc. We're into periodite, which does have things. I've got a cat tapping at my door. Let's have a look what we're finding now. Verified trace amounts of sphalerite, opaline and hematite. So we're definitely in the region. Another 20 down. Let's go and see what we can find. 41. Let's have a look. Hematite verified trace was still no better, I don't think. So down to 21, and you can see the wheel is going down. Now the problem is I only have so much dirt. So, but I've got ladders, we've got options. Let's continue down and see what happens next. Alright, we're at 21. I mean, the only way to go down 20 now will take us to Mantle, and we're in andesite, which still can spawn magnetite. Nothing. I mean, you've got to remember these are not guarantees, which is potentially why this is such a pain. Now, we could go down, let's go down another 10, see what we've got, but I think, yeah, we're starting to get temporal issues at this depth, which might be the least of my worries. My inventory is quite full for starters. $13, $12, $11. No, nothing. I think this is a bust, maybe. So time to head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm just going to try. That wasn't 10. Probing around a few of these just to know odd nodes. Let me try that side again, just because I'm paranoid. No, definitely not. Stick a block in there. I don't want to fall all them blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can probe. Doesn't hurt us to take a sample, but there's really just trace amounts. So he's probably in one of the chunks around us. I just can't tell where. Anyway, I need to get out of this hole, so I'll be back in a moment. I think I might grab this thing just while I'm here, so I'll see you in a short while. Alright, I just had to come out. My temporal gear wheel was getting a little bit on the low side. We did pick up some zinc, which was nice. More importantly, I think I might be onto tracking down where the actual there is. I'm fairly certain there is iron down there. Damn you. What I don't know. Oh, these are not flowering anytime soon, are they? What I don't know is how. What's the word I'm looking for here? Let me just eat some of this. Put you there. Get rid of that. I don't know for definite how good that is going to be. Let me just stack that all together. Do I need a birch seed? Probably, because I'm going to need trees at some point. But I need that wheel to go back up because I can't play down there when the stability is getting that low. So that's a thing I need to worry about. The sand, I think I'll get rid of the sand. We just need to clear our inventory a bit. And while I am, because it's all night time, but it's not particularly dark, and I don't think there's any wolves or anything over this way, I may just go and grab a little bit of this pine wood for things. We'll also grab those, but what we really do need is for our stability to re-establish before I go back down. So back in a mo. Whilst in the meantime I'll just get some stuffs. Alright, it's night time, but doesn't matter. This is not going to be any easier in the day or at night, I don't think. But so we're going to head back down to the level I got to, which actually wasn't that low. I'm going to prepare myself for an attack, but which didn't ever arrive. But you never know with these things. There is a cave here with olivine ore there as well, so that's useful to know about, but not as useful. And if we come over here with my prospector's pick and do that, we've got a verified large amount. So I'm going to try going this way 8, and we can go down a bit, we can go up a bit, but we are getting closer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Should have just taken the 8th one with that, shouldn't I? But hematite verified, very large amounts, so we're heading in the right direction. So we'll continue another 8 this way. 2, 3, 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I should have done that, but it doesn't matter. Still verified very large amounts, so it's not going down in this direction, but we'll carry it. 1, 2, got company. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, counting with Sid, 7, and we'll do 8th one there. It's gone down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try this direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Verified huge amounts. Okay. You know what? Backfill. If there's no spaces, nothing can give me a hard time, can it? So we're on verified huge amounts. So let's see. I got a feeling it's going to be either that way or that way. So we'll try this way first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still verified huge amounts, so we're still in the right ballpark. This is basically what we're going to be doing, and we'll try up and down as well. That's 2, 3, and I'll be back in a second. Found it. It was down. So it's bountiful. Oh man, this is big. This is a big old find, because it now means we can start into the Iron Age. Just going to backfill some of this so I've got less spawnable spots for badness. We do need to basically come down into this one. So that is 40 units of iron in that one. And this flat disc is just going to be massive. I'm going to grab myself a chunk of this. But we've got an iron mine. And this disc is probably going to be huge. So yeah, I did bring a spare pick. That was, you know, wise. But bountiful, that is such a good find. Let me just continue mining this for a bit, and then we'll head back and we'll see where we are on the episode. Alright, yeah, it started to get freaky down there again. But I have mined a reasonable amount. That pick is almost worn out, but I decided to call it a day and get out. But we picked up a stack and a bit of bountiful hematite, not a million miles away from home. So what we are going to do is we are going to mark on there iron. Actually, let's just that's ore. That's a ladder. Yeah, we can put that. We'll go with iron. Iron mine. Bang. Save. That is huge. I am very, very happy. We got some pine as well, and some berries and some stuff, and I probably should eat before I start starving to death. With this pie, which is incredibly filling. Yeah, it's going to be huge. So, needless to say, I've probably already done enough this episode. That's a massive, massive piece of work. The next episode will be getting some bloomeries up and running, and I might as well just swim across. It's 22 degrees. It's a nice day for a swim. So yeah, I think on that note, we are going to call this one an episode. Next episode, we are going to push into the Iron Age and see where that takes me. Because for one, the tools and everything, I mean, the spears I can't make any better than bronze. So the spears are kind of stuck. And I must admit, I have played around with the idea of putting, there is a extra spears mod that I may add, which will give me the option of making iron spears, because it makes no sense that you can't. Spears were used post Bronze Age, so Romans were fairly big with the spears. The Greeks were fairly big with the spears. So why we can't have iron and steel spears, I do not know. But yeah, huge things. I just want to go and have a look at my chucks briefly as well, because I've got 3 eggs, and I think we're trying to get a broody chuck. Now the problem is, of course, I'm going to spook them, and they have 3 days and it needs a broody hen. I will have those unfertilized eggs. I need to give them some more stuff, I think. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.